we go. We'll just do that. Uh, he'll have to fucking edit it out. There we go. We're good now.
I'm trying
It's
to figure out
it's
my mic situation.
it's probably gonna still show my thing down at the bottom because it's recording my screen. But oh well, it's better than having the Discord thing on the whole
Can you hear
shebang.
me with my mic way down low like this?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay. I want to make sure I'm like not coming in and out and being shitty to where it's not like
Yeah,
upload.
you're coming in and out. That sounds dirty.
Is
It's-
it recording right now?
yeah, it is. We are, but it's not.
Okay. No, we'll leave it. It's a good way for some of our listeners to wake up in the
Yeah, just like you are early in the morning. All right,
morning.
so we could cut this out. It doesn't matter. We could just
Yeah. No.
start.
No.
We could
We're
just
just gonna
start.
leave it.
All right, we'll leave it then. All right, welcome to the Grog
It's a
Bowl.
good grog bowl. We are one man down.
One man down. Kyle had to
We
go.
did leave behind enemy lines.
Yeah, no, Kyle had to go be a hero. He's working today.
I wonder if the real reason is like the rookie just didn't know how to pick out donuts today.
I hope it's not something stupid like, you know, I forgot how to write a ticket. you know, just something along that line. It's probably having to deal with an arrest, if I had to guess. But
But a bunch of prostitutes.
yeah, prostitution ring in that little town of Sugarloaf.
Yeah. With with Biden shutting down coal mines, they had to go to the
Yeah,
prostitution.
it's really close to Biden's hometown because
Right there has a
He's from Scranton, Pennsylvania,
probably
allegedly.
got a hometown in every 50 state. I don't know.
Oh my god! Did you
Don't
see
piss me off
the?
anymore by talking about them. Oh,
Yeah.
here we go.
No. Did you see the?
Oh,
Oh, would you fuck me?
I
They have these things on TikTok or Instagram or whatever that they have Trump and Biden doing jokes back and forth to each other.
yeah.
Yeah, with the AI, that shit's funny.
With Biden going, oh, here we go.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't know what it is lately. I think there's a man flu going around because me and another buddy, my buddy that lives in Michigan, he was having the same symptoms, same exact stuff going on. Right, it was like just feeling very lethargic, worn down, exhausted. Um,
Whoa.
and as soon as this kicked off, like my CPAP at night would just it dries my throat out like someone is taking a rubber dildo, rubbing it in sand after coating it in KY, and just
That's
jamming it down the old throat hole.
that's pretty
Like I wake up
explicit.
in the middle. It is very explicit, and I wake up in the middle of the night just thinking, "What the fuck?" No amount of water helps it. It pisses me off. I'm figuring it out right now, but holy shit!
Maybe you just need
Like,
like, because if you're like me, you cannot drink anything after 7 o'clock at night.
why?
Because if I drink something at 7 o'clock at night, I'm gonna be getting up at least once or twice to piss.
No, I don't piss throughout the night.
Oh, I do.
I rarely get up to go to the bathroom.
Well, this it'd be hard for you anyway. You gotta disconnect your Vader.
Yeah, but here's the deal. I just don't do it. I mean, I drink all the way up until like 10 o'clock. I've also been going to bed like 8:30. I'm not even joking. Like
Ooh.
8:30, I'm fucking knocked out.
I would say the last couple of nights. Well, we had a birthday party for a friend last night here at the house, so I was up till about 11:30, 12 o'clock last night. But I would say for the most part, most days I'm ready for bed by like 8:40. And
Yeah.
Jennifer's like, "It's not even 9 o'clock yet." I'm like, "Yeah, so I do these things."
Krista was talking to Kinsey the other day, and she was like, "Yeah, your dad's already in bed," and I could like I wasn't all the way asleep yet, and I could hear Kinsey go, "That's really early." Like I just for the last week, I just felt drained and exhausted.
Yeah, but you're typically up extremely early
Yeah,
for
I
work.
gotta feed my imaginary cows.
Yeah, yeah, you gotta go out to the pasture. What's it
Gotta go to.
like National Lampoons? He's like, can't,
Oh,
Dad.
look at the time.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got homework. I gotta feed the hogs.
Gotta pay the bills.
Pay the bills, yeah. Um, so one of the things that a hot topic since Christmas is coming up, being deployed over the
Mm,
holidays. So what was your
yeah,
take on that?
I was deployed. My last two deployments actually were all over the holidays. Like I missed holidays, birthday, all that. So miss it all because I got extended also because a buddy of mine who was in my crew position couldn't make it over there. So I helped him out by staying longer. So everyone
Jennifer
else got to go home.
Jennifer was fortunate. She never had to deal with that stuff until after I retired from the military.
Oh,
When I worked for Texas A&M, being gone for months, weeks and
I
months
think
at a
over
time.
my
But
I think over my 20-year career, up until my very last duty assignment, the last 4 years of it, I was probably home for one Valentine's Day, I think.
yeah,
And
that's
and
not really a holiday.
it's not really a holiday, but I'm just saying like I was home for one Valentine's Day and I was home for maybe I don't know, a handful, maybe 3, 4 birthdays for each of the kids.
Yeah, birthday. I missed
I
a
was
lot of
gone.
birthdays. I missed a lot of birthdays.
Yeah. Oh.
Um, like Thanksgiving, Christmas, that type of shit. That's a given. But it
One birthday, go ahead.
no, I was gonna say, it's impossible that you're not gonna miss a birthday. But being deployed
No.
over like Christmas, it's depressing. But
But
they do a very good job of trying to make it feel
right.
like Christmas. Uh,
And I mean, now there's like technology, right? The first couple times we didn't have this technology
dude, if we had
like we do
this,
now. Right.
if we had this, deployment would have
Right.
been fucking cake. I mean,
I didn't have this type of setup until my last deployment, I'll be honest with
they had this set up, but you had to get special permission to do it. Does that make sense? Like you had to
you. Yeah.
go, you had to schedule it with, like, was it public affairs or whatever? Who was over there running that shit? And you get like 20-minute phone call, but they had to go to base and do it. They had to go like when I was stationed in Aviano. They had to go to, like my wife had to go to Aviano on base to sit in public affairs office there to do this.
Like the command post to be able to do it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we had this where I could just go to the library, hook up to the Wi-Fi, and just be like, "Hey, what's going on?" It probably wouldn't have been that bad until the fucking sirens started going off that we were getting shot at.
Right.
Oh
No, they had
my God,
my
you're
last
gonna die!
deployment, maybe second to last. They started getting like Wi-Fi throughout the buildings and stuff like that. So I mean, I guess we had it, but we didn't we didn't use it all the time.
Yeah, no, but the like the recorder or the Wi-Fi that wasn't there. The only place you could get our internet was the library and like the rec center. They had the computers set up for gaming. They had the
Right.
Xboxes and shit set up. But
Yeah, we had to go to the rec center more than likely to do it because the Wi-Fi throughout the whole base like they didn't have enough to spread it around, so it sucked. So
yeah,
you had to go to like the rec center, which was like the home router area where Wi-Fi was strongest.
yeah, you click on it and you still had dial up in most places.
Yeah, it was run off AOL.
Yeah. You've got mail. Shh.
Yay! I got mail.
Yeah. And typically somebody sent you something inappropriate that you couldn't view on that computer anyway.
Yeah, that's right.
But like I said, they try to make it feel like the holidays. And in most cases, like the defects had the best meals then.
Yeah.
You could you could hog out for multiple days during Christmas,
Yep.
especially like Christmas
Yeah.
Day. They had
Eat your
everything.
food and eat your food and just take it out to the. We used to take it out to uh the outdoor bar area. We called it the Thirsty Camel. I think I've said it before.
Yeah, we didn't have
But
that
we used
shit
to
in
take
Iraq,
to
dude.
get our beer and yeah. Well, it wasn't Iraq. This is when we were in like UAE.
Yeah.
So
Ooh, deploy the freaking LED. These kids now they deploy them overseas to different locations in support of missions, and it's like, where are you going, man? And they're like, Germany. It's like, come on, that's not a fucking deployment.
when we were stationed in North Carolina, we had a really good friend and his wife. They lived next door to us on base, and he was like, "Hey, I'm finally getting ready to deploy." He was in the comp squad or something. I was like, "Okay, where are you going?" And he was like, "I'm going to Tampa Bay." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." He
Tampa
was
Bay.
he was staying he was staying in a condo on the fucking beach, rental car and everything, driving back and forth to base. But that was what they called his deployment because he could do everything from that location for Centaf and everything. So I was like, ah,
Yeah, I had a supervisor over there. That leads me into another story of like just jobs that didn't belong over there in Iraq. It's like the drone operators. So they had the drone operators there would take off and land, and once they were in the air, somebody from the states would take over. I don't know if they
yep,
still do that or not. I
I
don't.
think so. I think that's how it works. I don't know. I have a good friend. His son-in-law does.
But anyway, the
So yeah,
the pilots that were there before they were enlisted were they'd wear flight suits. And my flight chief at the time, he asked, "Hey, why do you wear flight suits?" And the female pilot that was there is like, so people distinguish us as pilots. And he goes, ah, okay. So by that rationale, if I watch a space shuttle launch on television, can I wear a spacesuit? She goes, get out.
dude,
Just get out. You
it
guys are
pisses
assholes.
it. It used to piss real air crew, real flight suiters off when you'd be like when you'd have that drone person, they'd be like walking around in a flight suit, you'd be like, what do you fly or what do you pilot? They were like, oh, we're part of UAV squadron out of Creech or something, and we'd be like, and you get to wear a flight suit because oh, it
The
pisses off.
pressure
It's like someone
change.
going. It's yeah, it's like someone going through I don't know,
It's like,
combat controller training, right? Getting that red beret, and then like everyone else being like, "Oh, I read the book. I'm gonna wear a red beret now." Like,
or just using a remote control boat and
yeah,
wearing a fucking wetsuit.
it's God. Some of the rules that they come out, but it would piss us off a lot. We'd be like, "You didn't earn your fucking flight suit. Get the fuck out of here."
No, they're fucking idiots. Um, so they
Like they don't.
that's
I
the
don't think they
same
even have
guy.
to go through SEER training.
No, I no. Hell no. Why would they have to go through SEER training?
Because they're supposedly aircrew. They wear flight suits. I don't
Yeah,
join the fucking crew.
yeah. Do you think they still get flight pay?
Yeah, they do.
Oh, do they?
They fucking do. Yeah,
Oh my god, that's so
yeah.
bad. Listen,
I don't know if they get the hazard pay because you're flying in a tube of death usually, but I'm pretty sure that they like I'm pretty sure they get hazard pay for something. Absolutely.
maybe for
Fucking Johnny's.
maybe for being in a closet,
Yeah.
claustrophobic. Maybe they get
I s-
claustrophobic pay.
yeah. I sit in a what's those
Cubicle?
remember those green not cubicle, but remember shipping container things that we used to put all of our gear in when we shipped
Oh yeah,
over?
yeah, yeah. A Connex.
A Connex. So they work out of one of those. Absolutely. Like,
Yeah. There's just that air conditioner at the one end. It's just
God.
bombs on
Or
target.
was it ISU 90? Was that the other green bin thing that used to put all the gears and weapons and shit in when,
I don't know.
uh, I think it was. But you know what I'm talking about? It's got the two giant doors and it's got the two small ones up top.
No,
Anyway,
I, re- I the thing we used the most were those big. Um, they were Connexes, but they didn't have like the shipping containers. They weren't as big as shipping containers. They were probably like 12 foot by 12 foot squares, and it just had two doors on it, and it kind of beveled at the top right there, so it fit into the. It pretty much fit on a pallet that you could slide on a C-130 or a C-17.
right.
That's all that was.
Oh, okay. Yeah, we didn't. When I went to Iraq, we didn't use those. We
We'd
used the
shove all
big
our
bin things.
toolboxes in, and then as we were getting more into the hardened shelters, uh, they were just ordering whatever fuck we wanted. They're like, "Oh, you need new tools? Yeah, here you go. You need new TOs? Here you go." You had to put the shit together, which sucked, because you remember the TOs.
Right.
They come with a cover, and then here's the here's all the pages, and you get another thing of all the changes.
And you got a page every single one. Oh
You know
man.
what fuck. You got that was the worst too. When the TOs come out and they're like, "Oh yeah, here you go. Here's a brand new TO to help you change your brake or whatever. Make sure you put it in the thing. Oh, here's the other thing. Go in there and make all the changes for us." What,
Mhm.
motherfucker? I hated that. That was the worst.
I remember we were in Iraq, and I know we're getting off topic here because we're talking about holiday feasts and everything. But we were in Iraq, and one of the things that Chris sent me that when we were in our downtime was a water balloon slingshot.
Ooh, I wish we would have
So
had one. I would have gotten
this one
so much
was
trouble.
like the elastic bands, right?
Yeah,
So
two people hold
we
to hold
ordered,
it,
yeah,
or
and then
you
you got
attach
one
it.
launcher guy, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
and so we were trying to build us like a morale like hangout area while we were working out Saddam's freaking
dude,
airfield and everything,
I'd have
right?
gotten so much trouble
So
with this thing.
we went through, we got lumber approved because finding lumber in the desert first off
Just
is
break
hard.
apart pallets, dude.
So I ordered all this lumber in, and the fucking security forces came over and took it all, and they built them a freaking party tent over by the entry, the ECP,
Dicks.
right? So I was like, fuck those douches. So went to Chowha, and we got all the fruit that we could carry out, and we loaded it into the freaking launcher into this freaking slingshot,
And just shooting at security
and we were
forces.
just barraging their freaking ECP and their vehicle. We could hear it hitting the Humvee. We could hear it hitting the freaking tent that they were working
Can you
out
imagine
of.
that? You imagine that just sitting around and you're like, thud, and then a banana just lays on.
So after we ran out of ammo, we went inside. The next morning, we were walking back around. It looked like a freaking fruit salad over there, man. It was just like shattered apples and oranges and shit. And they were like, later that day, we heard that the security forces commander was like, "Yeah, someone's shooting fruit and throwing fruit at us last night. We gotta stop this shit." Like
Yep.
it started a whole thing between us and them, and like the
I don't
Marines.
know. It's the Iraqis, sir. They're running out of ammo.
Yeah, they're running out of orders. So, uh, the Marines somehow snuck on. I think this happened because it was a war between us and security forces, right? They allowed it to happen because every plane had a light on it, right? So it was lit up. Somehow,
Which I always thought was stupid.
Yeah. Hey, here's where our planes are, guys. Let's show them, right?
Yeah, I never understood that either. I know why they did it, but the
Right.
rationale behind it is like, really?
So we walked out to the jets when we were walking on the flight line into our little area, and all the jets had giant dicks painted on the freaking. I mean, I'm not even joking. It was actual paint. I'm talking about all the way shaft to the ball sack on the front of the covering up the shark teeth and everything. Oh
Oh,
man, I never heard someone get freaking bitched at
I can
so hard.
imagine.
Oh,
God,
every plane had to go into freaking paint barn. Oh man, and we
big,
just sat back and we're like, "Sucks to be you guys."
yeah, big old freaking cock on an airplane. Yeah, I would have gotten in so much trouble with that slingshot thing.
Dude, we were shooting it off inside the. We were getting ready to leave. We would take spam that was sent over in air packages because we got tired of eating MREs and spam, right? So we were sitting there just launching it onto the ceiling. By the time we left, the hangar that we were working out of, the aircraft shelter, smelled like a freaking Alpo factory. It it fucking stank so bad, and it was you could just look up and see it stuck to the ceiling of the freaking building and all that. It was goddamn horrible.
Yeah, and it's that reminds me of we were having a Christmas party or something like that at my house in Italy, and or just one of those drunken nights that we used to have because the bar was across the street from my house. So everybody would go to the bar, drink, have a good time, then come to my house and I'd cook them that breakfast of, whatever you want, slop, and I'd turn all the lights out, and I have window shades, and I'd roll them down to where you could crawl in and out, and you couldn't see because of the balcony. So what we would do is we'd fill up water balloons and fucking dive under this uh, shade and throw water balloons, dive back in, and the lights are off. Nobody know where they're fucking coming from. You'd hear them, motherfucker, I'll find you, I'm gonna beat your ass. Anyhow, somebody pegged an Italian and almost started an international incident because they called the Carabinieri. So the Carabinieri show up, which is like the Italian state police, and I go outside and they're yelling at us, trying to arrest us, and all this other good shit. And a good friend of mine, drunk as shit, they locked his ass in the bathroom, and he jumped down on my garage door, thinking it was a ledge, broke his fucking ankle, and here he comes hobbling up. What's going on here? Eventually, the moral of the story is Carabinieri yelled at us, pretty much give us a smack on the hand and said, "Go inside, quit throwing water balloons." And we go inside, and this fucker's laying there like, and I'm thinking the whole time, fuck, we're screwed. We're gonna get in trouble for this. Because dipshit broke his ankle. So, 8 weeks, that motherfucker was laying on a couch or at work, just sitting in the snack bar because he broke his fucking ankle. Fucking water balloons. Dumb idea. It was fun though. Shout
I'll
out
tell you
John
this.
Linfoot.
When you started that story, you cut out for about a good 2-3 seconds. So I don't think we missed much, but it was
I don't think so. Well, we'll see. Fuck it. So the moral of the story is water balloons and alcohol do not mix. Or do they? Just not in Italy. God,
okay.
they were
Was
so the
was the guy like
Carabinieri
all
was so.
decked? So I'm guessing it was a civilian guy, a civilian Italian guy. He was probably all decked out in his like finest like
I don't know, dude.
attire.
I was fucking hammered. That was a time though.
What was your favorite thing to eat when you were hammered, waking up like that? What would
Ooh, I don't know. I breakfast wise,
you eat? Yeah.
crispy hash
No,
browns.
talking straight from the V. Yes, breakfast.
Breakfast. Well, I always like if I was drinking, like at the bar or whatever the case may be, I'd always get like the heaviest, messiest shit, like a like a greasy cheeseburger and fries,
Right.
But
and you eat it, you just don't care what you look like.
yeah, hell no.
Yeah.
Um, but like for breakfast, I always like crunchy hash browns, like cubed potatoes,
Hmm.
and then you just take those and you mix them in with eggs and making a slop out of it. But you got to have the crunch in
Right.
there. So what I started doing is I would take my waffle iron, spray it down with oil, and shove the potatoes in there and close it and make, you know, hash brown waffles.
That's a smart idea.
Yeah, and then put scrambled eggs and cooked sausage on top of that with some brown gravy. Oh fuck!
I came back from my deployments freaking, and I still do it to this day because over there for breakfast it was like you get like as many eggs as you wanted. You can
It's
walk through and be like, "Hey,
yeah,
I'll take four over easy or whatever," right?
but
But
it's
they
the
always
same
had corned beef
shit.
hash,
Yeah, and it's
right?
the
But
same shit, and you always get sick. Like when I came back from deployment, I was so sick of eggs because you could get eggs anytime you wanted.
right.
So I was just like, oof.
No, I wasn't, man. I'll put down some eggs. I love me some eggs.
Yeah, no, but yeah, crispy hash browns, scrambled eggs, sausage, ground sausage, and then white gravy on top of it. Make like a tostada.
So now I'm thinking I'm gonna run and get some breakfast after this.
Yeah, go to IHOP.
No, I think I'm just gonna go get me some kolaches or something.
Ooh,
Remember how we used to bring them shits into class?
yeah, yeah. Those motherfuckers, unappreciative bastards.
We would bring donuts and kolaches in almost what
Every other
twice a week,
day.
maybe.
That was
Yeah,
like every other day. Yeah, the donut shop right next to my old house. Be like, yeah. Just swing by, pick them up. All right, this is what we're having for breakfast today.
uh,
But what was your favorite meal over overseas?
dude, I'm telling you right now, it was the wings. Whenever they did wing
Ooh,
Wednesdays,
they
I
do
think it
do
was
good wings.
Wednesdays, because I mean those things were like 2 inches around, right?
That's a
It
lot of
put me
meat
to
to put
shame.
in your mouth.
That's right. So I take one. I'd be like, well, God, this isn't fair. Uh, and because with
God
that
dealt
you
me a
always get
shitty hand.
this chicken made out life better than I did. So chicken wings, it didn't matter. I'd get like a plate load of each flavor, and they always had bread pudding. Oh my God, I'm a
I'm,
freaking sucker for bread pudding.
I am so anti bread pudding. I do not like it.
Disappointed.
It makes me feel like a poor peasant.
No, dude, it's fucking delicious.
I know, I just can't get over it. It's just like
There's I can't
bread.
remember what restaurant it is around us, but you get it and they bring out like I'm not joking, like this thing's like 3 inches deep and a big ass square. It's like some barbecue joint. It's and they put chocolate and ice cream on top of it. Oh my God. Like
No.
it's a fat man's dessert.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I just haven't had a good one. I think that may be the case.
Yeah. I think
Usually
you
it's
should
like
try
a
some for
runny
sure.
mess.
No, no, no. That's not good at all.
Yeah. Maybe that's what it is. I just haven't had a good burger. But yeah, their wings were amazing. They always had prime rib too, which was awesome.
Yeah.
Because you could get prime rib anytime. You could also get ham anytime. Like they had a whole pig. They always had whole pigs. I remember that.
So in UAE they didn't have that except for special times. And the American people would have to cook it. Like yeah, because obviously that whole religion they not touching pork and all that, right? But yeah.
Well, every Wednesday in Iraq was steak and lobster day. So you get a nice. They were probably shitty New York strips,
Yeah.
like the worst
You
cut
had
you
to
could
you,
get.
you had to pick it up in caveman and you're like
Yeah.
plastic forks are breaking. Like, just pick it up. Yeah.
It just and like the lobster was way overcooked, but you still felt kind of fancy pants because you're like, oh,
Right.
it's a lobster tail. Just shuck it out of its shell and let the whole thing soak in a bowl of butter.
It's like I can't afford lobster back home, but goddamn, I can afford it here because it's free.
Yeah, yeah. But I had to come to war to freaking eat
Yeah,
lobster.
the cost of getting lobsters is going to war for your country.
Yeah, in a shitty New York strip that they're probably going to cut up and make the leftovers for steak and eggs in the morning.
Right. Yeah.
But the sandwiches too, like I don't know how they got so much fresh bread over there. If they bought it local or what, but it was
Yeah.
always seemed to have the freshest bread. And I was like, damn, give me a sandwich. And they would load that sumbitch up. You get those freaking
Yeah.
Hadjis in there that just freaking, I want ham, I want turkey, Swiss cheese. And they'd be like, you end up coming out with, sandwich that's fucking, I
Like a
can't,
McAllister's King Club.
you can't even fucking, you just take it outside, put it under the truck tire just to run it over to fucking get it down far enough to, all right.
Set a cinder block on it for 3 hours. That's where it is. That bread pudding. Go to McAllister's and get some, dude. You'll never go back. I promise you.
McAllister's, their their sweet tea is good.
Their fucking sandwiches are amazing.
I only eat one sandwich when I go there. Two. Don't they have a Reuben?
They do have a Reuben.
Yeah. So I eat the Reuben and their pastrami on rye.
I'm telling you right now. Next time you go, get a King Club from McAllister's. That's the way to go.
All right,
Uh-huh.
I'll give it a whirl with some bread pudding.
Yeah, yeah. You know, it's like when you're 98, give some K-Sex a whirl for a while.
Yeah, yeah. Then you'd be pissed off because you figure, oh, damn it, I like taking it in the ass. Dude, I'm applying for all these jobs. They're gonna listen to this and then be like, "Nah, we don't want this guy." Dude, they're like, "Nah, not this guy. He's gonna be the city manager."
Just say yeah. I'll bring the perfect deli here. Yeah.
Yeah. He got
I
pretty.
do like our new cameras. I really do. I like the new cameras. You look really clear. I'll be honest with you.
Thanks, buddy. I'm starting to think that maybe I should go back to the other one because it's showing all the imperfections.
They're hidden by your hat, so you're fine.
Oof. Speaking of which, the top right here.
That button.
Whew, I was loading up a fifth wheel hitch into the back of my Jeep yesterday, and it's kind of heavy, so I had to crawl into the Jeep with it and shift it forward, and I didn't realize how close I was to the roll cage on the Jeep. And
You put the hitch in your Jeep.
yeah, I was just bringing it back here because a friend of mine's
Right.
looking. Yeah, I put it in the back of the Jeep.
Your Jeep's got enough tow strength for a fifth wheel.
No, I'm not towing. I just put it in my Jeep to transport it here so I could put it into my friend's truck so he could tow.
Oh. The
But
hitch.
yeah,
put in
the-
truck. I thought you
hitch.
said you attached a fifth wheel to your Jeep.
no, just
I
the
was like,
hitch.
dude, you're gonna.
I was just trying to take the hitch from a friend's house to here
Gotcha.
so when they get here they could just hook it up and do all that stuff. But I didn't realize how close I was to the roll cage, and I hit that button on top, and I put like a gash like that big into the top of my head. So this week's going to be interesting trying to shave my head for work. I'm going to go over that and be like, yep, it's good. So
Just get close.
all week, I'm probably going to have like little pieces of hair sticking up right there. Or maybe I'll just wear a hat all week. They were like, why are you wearing a hat with a tie and a shirt? Don't worry about it.
Yeah.
I look like, what's that? I look like Homer Simpson. I got fucking three little strands of hair. Just
3 little hairs.
Yeah.
Just do your best to curl them over for a week.
Well, it hurts so bad today, and this headset's not helping out either. It's like just pressing down right on top of that spot. It's the worst.
Mm.
I, and it was one of those things. I actually hit it pretty hard because right afterwards I got like a headache.
You can you can cuss yourself.
Yeah, I'm like, fuck. Not as bad. Like one time, uh, I was at Texas Motor Speedway with some friends. This is after my divorce. They're like,
Mhm.
you know, we're tired of you sitting in your house, not doing anything fun. Because, after that happened, all I was trying to do is pay off debt. And they're like, fuck it, just come down. You can stay in our camper. We'll put the couch down. Just don't worry about it. We'll take care of everything, like food wise. You just have to buy your beer. I'm like, okay. Um, so I didn't have a ticket to the race or anything. So while they were in there, I was just fucking passed out, sleeping. But I was coming out of their camper one time, and I just fucking drilled my head like on the top, and I'm just sitting there for like 10 minutes, like my head hurts so bad, and then I just instantly, like after that 10 minutes, just threw up like multiple times. I was like,
Really.
oh, I think that's the worst I've ever hit my head to where it makes you sick.
Um. Okay, so they got Eagle bites for F-15s. A-10s are hog. Maybe they call them hog bites also. I'm not sure what you guys call them on 16s.
It's like it's a falcon bite or they call
Right.
them vipers
Where the
too, but
panels when the panels drop down, and man, I think I must have hit the right spinal tap myself to the point where I was just almost in tears just because I would stand up and hit the corner of a panel.
well,
Oh my god!
it
Or I'd hit
wasn't
my
just
head.
that. It wasn't just that. Like the 16s are so low anyway. So like
Right.
the flapperons are down. You hit your head on a flapperon.
Yeah,
Excuse
if you're
me.
talking to somebody, they just randomly turn around, and be like, "Thump." Like,
You're not paying attention. Pilot's doing like flight control surface checks, and you're just a little too close, and a horizontal stab hits you. And you're like, oh. I one
getting
time
all emotional.
Yeah. One time I walked out to the jet. I was getting ready to clean it. It was going to be a static display for some big event that was coming
Right.
up. And I set the bucket down. I go over to move the water buffalo a little bit closer. And then I fill it up, bend down, didn't realize where I was, stood up, and I took a static discharger. And it hit me like right here and just went shing. And I had this,
Oh,
like, it looked like a blood blister from like the corner of my eye about down to mid cheek, and it wouldn't bleed. It didn't bleed, and my expediter comes over. He's like, "Dude, what the fuck happened?" I'm like, "I don't want to talk about it." My face hurt so bad for so long. Yeah, I've fallen off the fucking F-16 so many times.
yeah.
What? Had I known what I know now, I would have just laid there on the ground, had an ambulance come fucking pick me up.
Right. Yeah. Like if someone said, "Hey," like if you had a good enough friend, be like, "Hey, just lay here. This is great for your records."
Yeah, exactly. Just be like, all right. Well, fuck. I was exposed to hydrazine like fucking 3 times.
Yeah. We, the amount of JP8 and between JP8, hydrazine, all that shit that we're exposed that
Hydraulic
everybody's
fluid.
exposed to, like hydraulic fluid, there's gotta be like we're secretly living in some sort of cancer, and like it just hasn't shown up yet, and it won't until we're like 75.
Well, it's when you work end of runway, especially on.
Yeah.
I don't know about the other ones, but I can speak to the 16s. If your hydraulic pressure was just a little bit low, you had to fill it up because it's supposed to be running at 3,000 psi. So if you're sitting at like 2,500 or whatever, you don't have enough hydraulic fluid in there. And for some reason, when that person checked it, it could have been a little warm, a little cold, whatever the case may be. So the reservoir wasn't reading right. Hooking that fucker up that hydraulic cart to a live running jet is the worst experience ever because it just sprays everywhere. 3,000 psi right in your face, just fucking. And then you pump.
I can't remember if I yeah, I can't remember if I told this story. It's the same thing, right? So we were in Thailand
Bangkok.
and Bangkok, Thailand. So uh,
Hit three, huh?
I hooked the refueling thing up, and I'm putting fuel into this so we can do a freaking leak test and ops check of everything we just freaking worked on in the fuel tank. And all of a sudden, I take it off, and the SPR valve is leaking.
Ugh.
All right, and I'm like, shit, I don't want to change that fucker out because that's like we got to defuel it, then you got to freaking order the part, which we probably don't have any more of, and this thing to be broken until whoever knows. So I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna pop it open real fast, see if I can brush something through, move the lint or dirt or whatever on that seal. And I wasn't thinking as a brand new guy, I just wanted to be done working, right? So I'm up there and I push this freaking SPR valve in a little bit, and I'm not even joking, like 3 gallons of JP8 just poured right into my face, all down my body.
Which is the worst. Because I
Yeah,
remember
and so
I was taking off a fuel line that we were canning from the Canberg to get the phase jet ready, and they're like, "Hey, go take this fuel line off." I'm like, "Okay, which one?" So I was a young airman at the time, and the expediter comes over. He's like, "See this one right here? Go turn the power on, shut the fuel valve off, and make sure it's off before you remove it, or it's just gonna continuously run fuel." And I'm like, "Okay." And so I did everything that they told me to do. I disconnect that fuel, and the fucker's just spraying out all over me. I'm soaked in fucking JP8, and my whole entire body just turned bright red,
yep,
like a chemical burn from a fucking fuel. And you can't get the smell of that shit out either. I took like
no.
25 showers, and it still smelled like JP8.
So hidden secret, Suave shampoo is what you use if you get jet fuel on you for whatever
Head
reason. A few
shoulders
of our
too.
listeners, yeah, Suave is really good at taking off petrolatum, like that greasy like
Oh,
lubricants you
that
use to
shit's
put
the
on O
worst.
rings. All right, so it works good on taking that off, and it works good on like getting rid of jet fuel. I don't know why, but
Yeah, Head and Shoulders works good on grease,
um,
and like
but yeah, same thing happened to me. Like I was walking around completely naked, like Mando style, underneath this bunny suit. That's all we had at the time was those white overall things, right? And I was like, I don't have any fucking clothes with me throughout the freaking hotel.
yeah, they told me to just go home for the day. And he's like, "I told you to shut the fucking fuel line off or the fuel valve off." Here, the fuel valve was stuck because there was something in there and it was broken.
Right.
So it just stuck, and they had to put the fuel line back on and fucking leave it hooked up, and then they had to fucking go in the cams, do their magic, and order like a brand new line to be made right there on the spot for that phase jet. But yeah, just think how much shit. But you would wash your hands to go to the bathrooms because you didn't want to touch your dick with fucking JP8 all over it. But you'd
Right.
fucking sit there and eat a sandwich.
Yeah, I'd get out of get off the jet and like a C-130, you even get near them fuckers and you're instant like blackface. You know, like back then you had no choice but to be freaking insensitive. Okay, so you're just walking by, you're like, how they get this on me? I didn't touch anything. Oh, you're next to C-130,
I
and you
go,
just go in there and be like, yeah, I'll take one of those frozen burgers. And you just start eating it. You're like, 70-year-old grease and dust. And
yeah.
I didn't care.
So, um, anyway, before before we even get, we got a couple minutes yet, but I want to give a huge shout out because you guys got your present. Both of you got them.
Yes, yes, yes.
So,
Here, let me bring it up here for you real fast.
yeah.
All right, here it is,
Ooh.
everybody.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Eh,
it's a nice little kegger, right?
so
Very
what?
well made.
Yeah. What this does is you. you put your favorite spirit, we'll say, in there, preferably whiskey or something along them lines, and you let it sit for like 45 days, something like that. And it changes the flavor profile at of your whiskey, so it's not going to taste the same. So
Yep.
if you think Jack Daniels is needs a little more time or whatever, create your own. They sell flavors, but SPT barrels. Uh, and if you're interested in procuring one of these, I got them customized. Um, but you can look them up. SPT barrels. Let me. I think I can look them up.
That's Sierra Papa Tango.
Tango. Yeah. SPT barrels. Um, I know their email here is sptbarrels@gmail.com. Um, when I ordered these things, the guy was like Johnny on the spot, sent me what it looked like. Flawless process, was easy to use. So shout out to them. They did a very good job. Good job, Cliff. You rocked it.
Yeah, so I went Kyle's route. It's too nice to use. I don't think I can convince myself to ever use it. So I end up putting a fan in front of it. Me and you talked about it, Jason, because I was like, well, I've already put water in it. I emptied it out. Which, by the way, if you're gonna get one of these things, you need to do like a 3 rinse thing because after I put that water in there and it sat around, I went to dump it out. That shit came out like brown water, man.
Yeah.
So make sure you clean it out real well.
And it
But
comes with all the stuff needed to do, like
yep.
the clean, the purge, and making sure
So
everything's good to go.
I aired it out really good. I even went out in the garage and got a funnel to put in there so I could concentrate all the air going into there. So I ran it in, ran that fan nonstop for like 2 days. I think I turned it off for a couple hours here.
I think I'm going to get one and I'm not a big whiskey drinker, but I think,
Let's see.
yeah, I know. They sell different flavorings and stuff like that you can put into it as well and
Yeah.
help change the flavor Damn, excuse me. Help change the flavor profile. But SPT barrels, I think they're based out of the Dallas Fort Worth Metroplex area. Small business, and please utilize them. They do very good work, and
It
they're
is, man.
great.
It's awesome. I'm telling you right now, like I'm super excited to sit there. It's on my desk right now because I'm running out of places in my office to put my random shit.
I know, as we can tell by
So
the 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 collection of crap behind you over your shoulder.
yeah. So there's my now we're high def. Everyone can see my baby Yoda collection or my Yoda collection on my shelf over there, right? But if you look behind me, I'm all Christmas stuff, right? I got and yes, I know it's baby Yoda standing on top of another baby Yoda. I don't, guys. I got a problem. I can quit anytime I want to. All right,
It's
so
Grogu.
uh, it's Grogu. Anyway, baby Yoda sounds cooler. So he's using the Force to push that red ball onto my Charlie Brown tree. I'm super excited. I saw it on Instagram. I had to make it happen.
Oh yeah, I just noticed that. I thought
Yeah.
that was part of your patch.
No, no, no. That's a Christmas ball he's putting on top of the tree there, force wise.
It's hanging from fishing wire.
Yeah, yeah. It's not really levitating. I haven't got that technology yet, Jason. Sorry.
No, I understand that, but I'm just saying you're hung it with fishing wire. I'm
Right,
explaining the
right, right.
process.
And his and his hand is held up by fishing line also. Yeah. Now I will say this. Normally use like that really like maybe 10 weight fishing line. You know the stuff you can barely see. For some reason I have 50 pound. I don't know why I have 50 pound test. I'm catching fucking marlins, I guess. Uh,
50 pound then.
I
You're catching
I
fucking
opened up my
tuna.
toolbox. Yeah, I was like, I know I got fishing line out there. I walk out, there's like 50 pound test. I'm like, what the fuck do I got this for? What the? It's got to be some craft thing that Chris had me working on years ago. I don't know.
Yeah,
Anyway,
I, I think I don't think I've ever fucking like I bought my ugly stick and it probably comes with like 6 pound, 8 pound test
Yeah,
on it.
yeah.
I don't think I've ever changed it. Like
I've
whatever's in it
never.
is in it.
Yeah, I if it comes with it, that should last me till I'm like 7 years old
Yeah,
probably.
me too.
I don't snap line that often. I don't.
No, I don't have a problem because 9 times out of 10 I'm just using worms anyway.
Right.
And just letting it sit out there and fucking hoping for the best. Drinking beer.
Yeah, because I don't change out lures and everything like that.
Oh,
I don't care. Like,
fuck it. Yeah, I don't care either. I'll even fucking run a bobber. I think that's the only thing I'll do. If it's hot during or
yep.
getting warmer or whatever, I'll start putting a fucking bobber on so it's not sitting on the bottom. But most of the time, I just put it out there. If it sits for fucking 2 hours without a nibble on it, who gives a shit? I'm fishing,
I
drinking
usually don't
beer.
catch anything, but that's yeah. I don't catch anything but a bad sunburn anyway, so it doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
nah, it's fucking good.
Like if my family relied on me to feed them by fishing, we'd all be fucking dead. I can't catch a fish to save my life.
Yeah, I'm pretty good at fishing, just with a worm. I may not get fish all the time. It just depends when you go, really. Like catfish early in the morning,
Right.
later in the evening when the sun starts going down. Um, but when I was broke as a joke, or you know what I mean, when I was
Yeah.
flat broke going through my divorce, I was going. I had Texas gives you a free fishing license if you're military or a veteran,
Mhm.
and I would go get that fucking fishing license, and I would go get catfish. And I'm not a big catfish fan, but I would fucking catch a couple fish, and fucking that's what I would eat for dinner sometimes. So it's better than nothing.
Yeah, soak them in buttermilk and eggs, man. And then bread them up. Way to go.
Yeah, but I was never a big fan of like bottom feeders anyway.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I love catfish, man.
it's all right. It has to be cooked right.
Ran out of coffee already.
I had a Diet Coke, and this is just water. Filtered cold water. So,
Hey, so when does Christmas break down there start for you all?
uh, I know Jennifer and them for you're talking about like for school.
Yeah, for schools and stuff. Yeah, yeah.
I think the 20th.
Wow. We start on the next Wednesday
Damn. Till the new year.
till the second,
Damn.
second or third. Yeah,
Damn, your kid's gonna have a lot of Xbox time.
a lot of fucking Xbox time. I'm about ready to say, I might have to take some PTO just so I can sit back and relax a little bit with them.
Yeah, fucking take
But
it, dude.
yeah,
It's Christmas
so
time.
Caden starts Wednesday. Kinsey's last class is Wednesday. I don't know if she'll leave and head back on Thursday or not, but probably. Um,
I think the
yeah,
20th.
like Kinsey doesn't go back until the 15th, so she's home for like almost a month and a half, like a month actually, exactly.
Mm,
So,
let me see my calendar. Um, or maybe Friday. Like,
I
I think
imagine for you it would have to start Friday.
I think they're once they get out of school on Friday, they're done till the new year.
Right.
But for like the base, I think Exodus starts. I want to say that it's got to be like the 20th or something, so kids have enough time to get home. It may be
But
fucking. It may be the 18th. I don't know.
my point is, I think when Kinsey's here, I'm talking to doing one last episode before we all hit the holiday break.
Yeah, we can do
I'm gonna
that.
have Kinsey on here. I
Yeah.
think she'd have a blast.
Yeah. Well, we got to get Kyle back.
Well, as soon as he figures out the donut situation at
The
the
police department.
precinct.
Yeah. At the police department. The fucking phone is. Yeah.
Uh,
I'm gonna I'm gonna send him this to edit to put out, and well, I'll have to send it to him. He's gonna send it back to me to upload and put out. It works, people. It works.
yeah, we have a system. Kyle's our techie. Uh, he does a great job. Uh, he's just unfortunately today he's gonna be called a part-time streamer. That's how we're gonna call him today.
Yeah, he's a part-time streamer. It doesn't matter anyway. Our topic of conversation didn't pertain to him because he never deployed in the
Right.
army. I don't think he left the state of Pennsylvania, to be honest with you. Hey, guess what? We gotta swing by that shopping mall. Make sure it's secure.
You sound like uh, you sound like Matt Foley when you do that.
I'm not good looking. I don't bathe properly.
I don't brush in the morning.
Yeah. Living in a van down by the river. Yeah.
Going back to Christmas presents, so yours is going to be there Wednesday. I think Kyle's will be there Thursday.
This is so fucked up. Like yours got there on a Thursday, his took 4 days after, and I shipped them the same day.
Dude, I don't know what to tell you. I ordered my camera a week after you, and I got mine before yours.
Yeah, that's fucked up too.
I don't know what to tell you, man.
And you know what's funny? Mine came out of Texas.
Mine probably shipped from Texas. Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it probably did.
Amazon probably saw the address and was like, "Hey, this dude's a top buyer. You gotta get this out there stat."
Yeah, probably. Like this fucking guy. But it does look good. I'm glad we upgraded.
It's about that time I need to close my curtains. You see, like it's a blinding light.
Yeah, it's pretty bright.
It's revved up like a douche.
Yeah. Well, this was a flashback episode with just us. Fuck you,
Exactly.
Kyle.
Yeah, fuck you, Kyle. We still need you, but fuck you.
Yeah. Fuck you, Kyle. We love you, but we can't operate without you. Obviously, we can, but we choose not to. But why do you gotta be such a cop?
Might as well stop and get a liter of cola on your way home.
Yeah, liter cola. Yeah. All right, buddy. I gotta roll.
Yep.
I gotta
You got
get
shit
this.
to do's.
Yeah, I gotta move my kid back to Abilene. But he did get a good job, so I'm proud of him for that.
Yeah. I mean, at least he's out there. He's getting into the workforce. So
Yeah. So, and Kyle, look for the edit spots. Do your fucking job. So, anyway, for the Grog Bowl, I'm Jason.
I'm Nick.
And I'm Kyle. Grog out.